Hi you guys, it's Grace, and for today's video I have some clips from one day and the training sessions I did with Yuki. So these training sessions were split up throughout the day. So we started off with feeding her breakfast and doing a short little shaping session with the little paw ball thing. So she's super focused and she's finally starting to get the concept of putting her paw on the little pod thing. And here she was getting a little bit frustrated. So we took a brief little break and I moved the pod around, and then she was a little bit more focused and was ready to try again. So I kind of just let her take her time and think about it, and eventually she would always get there. And by the end of the training session, she was really starting to understand even more that I was asking her to put her paw on the little pod, and was even putting both of her feet up there a few times. For shaping sessions at this age, I really try to keep them short and reward for very small movements. I might have pushed her a little bit too far during this training session because there were a couple times she was getting a little bit frustrated and not making progress as quickly, but you also want to make sure that they're getting time to think and process things on their own without you just constantly giving them confirmation that they're doing something right. So she also was laying down a lot, but at this point I didn't care. I didn't care if she was like laying down or standing. The point was just putting her paws on the pods. As we've continued working on this over time, I've started to ask her to stand and put her paws on instead of just rewarding in any position. Then here we're working on hold with just a little plastic dumbbell. If you watched my other shaping and training video, you would have seen both of these training sessions just at a slightly younger age. And this is just us continuing to build on those skills that she started in her first week. And as you can see, she's doing really good about knowing to put her mouth on the dumbbell when I ask her to. And since then, we've started working even more on duration and even carrying it to me. And she's just been doing really good. She really likes this, and I think she'll be able to develop a pretty great hold and bring me items. Then we were just working on some more basic obedience. At this point, I am working more on vocal cues and just some very subtle hand signals. So like stand there, I didn't really draw her forward. I just held the treat out in front of her face and waited for her to stand on her own. And then sometimes I'm still luring, but a lot of times I'm kind of just asking her to think about it a little bit and then giving her some direction. And then with right and left turns, she is still getting quite a bit of direction, but it's a very fun trick for her. And then here we're working on stay and just trying to add some duration and distance separately. So in this clip we're working on distance. So I'm stepping out for a very short period of time and then giving her a treat. So you want to try not to do distance and duration in the same, like extending both of them at the same time. You want to try extending one or the other. So there I turned my back on her for just a really quick second and then came back to her. And then finally we worked on leave it a little bit. So I just held my hand out, and when she removed her attention, she got the treat from my hand, and she picked up on this really quickly. So I opened up my hand from a fist to a flat hand, and again, she was doing really, really good with that. So I just went ahead and did that a few times, and I had my thumb over the treat if she moved towards it, so she couldn't get the treat for breaking her leave it. She would just have to pause and wait for me to give her the treat again. But as you can see, she went to an open hand very quickly. And then we changed up the game a little bit and set it on the floor. And again, she transitioned over to that idea really quickly after working on it in my hand. And at the end of the training session, I picked up all the treats off the floor and I gave them to her. And then this was later in the day, but we ended our day with some tricks and training that she already knew. So here we were doing some touch, so just kind of walking back and forth in front of me and working with the distractions. Oliver was on the bed, Theo was in his kennel, and then there were lots of sounds coming from the open window. It was a fun little way to end the day, giving her a little confidence boost. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!